Welcome everyone to your Mercury retrograde reading. Hope you friends are doing great out there. If you friends like this, hit that big old like button. Okay, this is going to be a two-part reading over here. First, we're going to get straight into the collective of the basics of what this Mercury retrograde is bringing to the table for the whole collective. And then at the end, I will do your sign, okay, to see how that's going to affect you and your sign. Okay, so let's get in here. Table's already set. It's talking about that Mercury retrograde, which starts in Aries, okay, on the 15th of March, and then we'll move into Pisces on the 29th, and then it will be over on April 7th, where it will go back direct. And of course, it will stay in Pisces, excuse me, while it's going direct. So we have some energies coming through. So this energy is saying Mercury retrograde in this sign of Aries as we speak is hot-tempered, argumentative, right? Impulsive energy. Okay. Going to have a hard time right now with decisions, right? What's going on? So watch for those tempers to fly, whether it's from you or someone around you. Okay, so we're talking about that Mercury. So no matter what, we're talking about those miscommunications, technology, meltdowns, deliberating headaches. A lot of people get headaches around this time as well. So if you know that you're prone to headaches, that could also be from that Mercury retrograde. Overthinking situations. Be careful of that as well. Aries is also about taking that action. So it might make you feel like you must respond to things immediately. Okay, or others are all of a sudden feeling like they should respond to you immediately. So however it's going to be, especially when you know that it doesn't have to be immediate, but you might feel like, you know what, I have to go now. That's that impulsive action taking place. Okay, so let's see. Get us a couple of cards over here on this Mercury. Yeah, that confusion coming in, difficult decisions weighing you down. So, you know, it's a good time right now to just avoid people who want to confuse you, right? Confusion, blurring the lines between what is going on and what's not going on. And you're going to get that a lot when it's in Pisces anyways. You know, once it gets into Pisces, it's going to even be different because now it's going to blur the line between what's fact and what's fantasy, right? So let's see over here. This is a great time for learning new things. Okay, just be careful about your communication because there is going to be a lot of miscommunication. You know, if you guys are planning things, make sure that you are always a half an hour, you know, ahead of schedule, 15 minutes to a half an hour ahead of schedule because of traffic or jams or this or that. Right? So make sure that you are, you know, taking that logic, okay, and using it to the best of your knowledge, especially because when it comes into Pisces, that logic is going to take a back seat. Okay, so let's see. Going straight to Aries over here. Absolutely. But it can be a great time for learning new things as long as you're giving yourself, you know, those extra moments just to really, you know, take extra time and just slow down and don't be too impulsive because there's going to be a lot of restless mental energy going around. So on the Aries over here, it's about that challenge. Putting up a challenge, you might feel like there's a lot of competition around you. You might even feel like you have to protect your energy. Please do protect your energy during this Mercury retrograde, as all Mercury retrogrades, right? Have this way of doing things. So this is where you're going to find that I need to maintain some control within this situation. There it is, overcoming some obstacles. Yeah, definitely. You're going to have a lot of energy swirling around you. So you might definitely be feeling like, hey, you know what? Why does everybody want to argue with me? Okay, so absolutely. So you definitely want to ground yourself. Okay. And going straight into this Pisces. This Pisces is talking about, yeah, now when it starts moving into this Pisces, you can feel like, oh, okay, here comes that fog machine. Everything's my anxiety is rising. Clarity is now becoming confusion. There's that, like I said, blurring between, those, what's fact, what's fantasy, what's real, what's rose-colored glasses. You might even be getting that effect for some of you of where did I put my glasses? Oh my God, I lost my keys. Just literally the fog machine over here going off. So, okay, so yeah. And definitely feeling like there's a lot of emotions coming out as well. So also watch those emotions. People are going to be in high emotions anyways, but it just feels like over here everybody wants to argue. Everybody wants to, debate their opinion. It's my way, the highway, right? And then over here it's like over emotions coming through, which then causes all this confusion. And it's like, come on, Mercury's already making, enough confusion as it is. Now, instead of tempers flying, everybody wants to be sad, right? Confused, over emotional, sensitive. Why are you so sensitive? Right? Because now it's going to bring that all in as this sensitivity, as it is, making closure, as it's starting to end. Wow, I like that. It's saying now I'm ending. Now this cycle of the Mercury retrograde is ending. But it's also going to allow you to make endings as well. So that's where we're going to start right now and say, okay, so how is it going to affect you, my friends? Okay, so let's get in here and see how it's going to affect you. Okay, Pisces, Aries, let's look and see what's coming your way. Okay. Earth of dimensional, creating a sacred. So definitely talking about taking your environment, taking things that are sacred to you, taking things that make you feel like this is where I could put my extra energy, grounding your energy towards your legacy. Okay. Finding that sacredness within people, places, things. Right now, it's going to ask you, what can I do to cultivate the sacred or other virtues within my life? How will this change? Who am I? Where am I going? All those great answers and questions are kind of those things that it's pushing towards, right? It's going to be really pushing towards that. So let's see. So there is going to be some, probably some alone time. There could be even some gossip. So watch for people gossiping. Wow. Well, I always see that coming no matter what. Watch for people gossiping. Watch for, too many people, in one place. But you know how that Mercury is anyways. I mean, you're going to have this impulsive energy coming in, right, where people are going to want to test you, test your dreams, test your hopes, try to tell you, can you do this? Can you not do this? Okay. Ooh, the Wheel of Fortune over here. It's kind of crazy with the Wheel of Fortune over here, though, on top of that card, because it kind of reminds me of it kind of testing you for various paths and opportunities within your mind, kind of like asking you, hey, you know what? There's this goal and this goal. What's fitting for you right now? What's your life accomplishment, right? What success do you want? So it makes me feel like it's really testing you on different opportunities, different ways of doing things. And there's that kind of challenge coming up, right? And you also have all those choices. But it's kind of like refocus your attention on the things you truly want, right? Don't allow it to scatter your attention from here to there to there to here, right? Do what's necessary at this time so you don't have any delayment, especially when it comes back down to it going into the Pisces over here, because then it may want you to backtrack from your journey, right? Because it's like kind of like, okay, I've got settled You have this Aries impulsive energy, but then the Pisces comes in, and so it says, okay, but maybe I want to re-examine things. That's why it's kind of like, okay, well, make sure that you put this here, right? But it's kind of crazy because I usually would say don't put all eggs in one basket. But in this scenario, you have the wheel to the world. So it almost feels like they are putting all the eggs in one basket, which is, it's kind of it could feel scary for some people to think, why would I want to put all the eggs in one basket? They could, when I'm shuffling around, they could get broken. Because I'm going to tell you right now, for some reason within the Pisces area, it's almost like they'll break what doesn't fit and then it'll end up the true egg. You see what I'm saying? It'll end up the true. So that way, it kind of just boom, boom, boom. And it'll keep you, I don't know, it's almost like it's assisting you in rerouting what it is you truly need for this adventure, for this journey, but keeping it exactly where it needs to be. It's kind of weird. It's like if you put all these eggs into one basket, it's all these ideas, all these things, it's almost like as things are going, it'll shift around for you and bring out what the strong one was. So it's almost like you'll build that strength as you're going. It's kind of an interesting scenario here, but it is definitely because of this Pisces energy, but it's also saying because it's going to bring in this happy surprise. I do feel like that happy prize is that initial goal that may have felt like it was not, and maybe that's it because it feels like it's unattainable. You go ahead and put all of them in there, and then it says, hey, you know what? Don't worry about it. If it felt like it was unattainable, throw it in there anyways. Because it's almost like the universe is going to help you re-examine all your options anyways, and then boom, happy surprise. So the one that might have felt the most unattainable could be the one that's coming to surface. Wow. Because no matter what, it's a happy surprise. Oh my goodness. Could even be a love for some of you, right? You could say, I'm going to put all these, you right? I like Jack over here. I like Chris. I don't know who, I'm going to throw them both in the basket and then see what happens. You know what I mean? Or maybe you have 3 suitors, right? And you're like 1, 2, 3. And one might be the one that you're like, I don't know though. That one's kind of out there. I'm not sure. You know what? Just throw them in the basket anyways. Because at this point, it's kind of weird because, and you know what? You do have the solar eclipse coming out. So with the Mercury retrograde, with that solar eclipse, I mean, it could make the impossible and, into the possible. I wouldn't, no holds barred here, my friends. You throw all the eggs into the basket right now. And you know what? If somebody wants to think you're crazy, I wouldn't even tell them what the hell I'm doing, not during a Mercury retrograde. Zip the lip, right? They'll be running around telling people, I think I'm going to go, because I'm telling you right now, even during Mercury retrograde, your bestie could even tell you, you're crazy if you think that person's going to go, and they'll get in your head. And that's only because, right? They're not doing it because it's not love. They're just doing it because they're like, oh my God, maybe you're wearing rose-colored glasses. But you're like, no, right now I have to throw everything in. You see what I'm saying? Even if it sounds crazy, I have to throw it in because that's what it says. It says throw them all into the mix and then it'll work out itself. Ooh. Oh, I like that. Because, yeah, it says whatever could be deterred from could feel very scary now, which could end up very happy later. So you're just building up all this confidence and all this strength and the strong ones coming out. What it is. The universe is giving you the stronger one. And it's crazy because just because you think this could be the stronger one, that may be wrong. The universe will tell you which one's the stronger one. Wow. Okay, power within. Till next time, my friends. Peace and love. Bye-bye.